Alright guys, welcome to the next episode of the Gran Turismo 4 Let's Play. I think we've hit episode 9 now, but as you guys can see by the days, we have finally reached the point to get the black cars, and I've got all of them. So we have the entire fleet of black cars. Ironically enough, I just happen to have them all spaced out perfectly. I've done a lot of cleaning house and a lot of selling. As you guys can tell, I'm down to a lot less cars. I also got rid of the older 787V that I bought in last episode because I have the black car. I used the orange one up until I got the black car. So let's go through everything. So of course we have the TSO20, the GT1, which this one I've actually already built, upgraded. It's got a new turbo, makes 1100 horsepower as you guys saw at the main menu here. We have the 787V once again, the new 787V that I've got now. This one of course looks a lot better to me. Despite how much I love the original livery of the 787B, I just really like this black out kind of look. Pretty much it's just the exact same build my other one was, my orange one. We have another S2000 in the garage. We have the black S2000 Type V, which was also in the same dealership at the same time as the other cars, so I went ahead and snagged it. I don't know if this is actually like a special edition, but it always appears alongside the 787 and the R9 and the GT1, all that stuff. So I went ahead and snagged it anyway, and the same can be said for the Clio Sport, but we'll get there to that in a second here. We have the R390 GT1, which I saw in Gran Turismo 3 a lot, and haven't really messed with this car yet. I don't really know if I ever plan on using it. I just bought it to have it. And the same can be said for the R92. The R92 CP, again, not really a car I'm planning on using, but I wanted to have to kind of complete the fleet of black cars. So all of these are really, really fast cars. So then, of course, we get in the last black edition, which is the Clio V6. So I went ahead and got this as well. So now we have this entire fleet of the black cars, and today we're going to be having a shootout mainly between the GT1 and the 787 for which car I'm going to use for the Gran Turismo World Series. So consider this kind of a precursor to that, because each one of those episodes, every 2 races will be its own video. So race 1 and 2 will be episode 1 of the World Championships, episode 2 will be races 3 and 4, and then on so on and so forth until we reach the final of those races. So let's go see exactly how many races there are. So I believe there's 10. So yeah, it'll be 1 and 2, 3 and 4, 5 and 6, 7 and 8, and 9 and 10. So about 5 episodes worth of Gran Turismo World Championship content coming at you the next 5 episodes of the series. So today we're just going to do a shootout between the 2 cars. We're going to decide exactly which one is going to be my car of choice. So we're going to use a track that I know very well, which is midfield. I know this track like the back of my hand. I think it's probably going to be the best way for me to test the cars. So both of these cars have been fully built. I'm going to start with the GT1, obviously, because it was already in the car to begin with. And we're going to kind of do a test. I'm not going to use nitrous, though, because the cars do have a difference in their nitrous spray. So we're going to do 2 laps each, and whichever one gets the best 2 laps will be my car of choice. And I've already done a little bit of practice with both. I had to up the gearing on this because it was just way too short for how much power this car makes. All right, here we go with our first lap with the TSO20 coming into turn 1 really fast. A little bit of understeer there. So that's why I said we're going to do 2 laps. It's just in case I goof up one. We'll probably be able to just go to lap 3 here. I just want to make sure I get 2 clean laps and we see which one is the fastest. So I know this track really well, but not the car, so that's going to probably be my downfall here. This turn has always been the bane of my existence right here. I've done so much practice, just on this turn in Gran Turismo 6. I used to run a Gran Turismo tuning site back in the day when I was really proficient in Gran Turismo 6, and we did Formula Miata and stuff like that. Formula S2000 at one point was going on, and we did a bunch of these races on midfield. This was kind of the track that I considered my home field advantage. Oh, coming in really fast there. I wasn't paying attention. There we go. Didn't understeer into the grass that time. A little bit of limiter in the 4th here. There we go. This is a much faster lap already than the lap we were just on with the lap 1 because of that understeer incident into the grass on turn 1. This GT1 is rather quick, I will say. I've always liked this car, so I'm excited to see if I use this car or the 787B. This might be a sub 1 minute right here. Oh yeah, definitely sub 1 minute. A 58.1. So we're entering our final lap for our shootout for the GT1. I'm just going to push as hard as I can here. Looks like that's already going to be behind that 58, though. That was a really fast lap for me. And I messed up that first turn again, so that is definitely going to cost me in terms of trying to better my last lap there. This thing is so good. Like, I've always known the GT1 was like a really good car, but this is like getting to actually finally drive this thing in Gran Turismo, because I never have. I've always, you know, kind of never gotten to drive this car. So it's really awesome to finally get the experience of driving this car in a classic Gran Turismo, just in general, really. Oh yeah, I think we got another sub 1 minute on our hands here, but it's not as good as last lap. That 58 was really good. Yeah, so the 58.3. Alright, so that's our shootout for the GT1. I'd say it was a pretty solid effort. So our fastest lap is a 58.1 out of 2 laps. So we're going to go ahead and go grab the 787B now, and we're going to try again and see if we can take out 51.1. If we can get the 51.1 completely taken out of the equation, we'll use the 787B. But if the GT1 still holds up, we are going to use it. A lot of people are probably going to wonder why I'm not considering the R390 and the R92. I just really wanted to experience both of these cars more than the other two. I might eventually use them for other races and stuff like that, just to get some use out of them. But the 787 and the GT1 are kind of going to be my my main cars for big events like stuff like that. So, I probably will be using these cars for a lot of the extreme events as well, because I think that these cars are probably going to be the best competitors I have for some of that stuff. So here we go in the 787B. This car, I don't believe I've actually done much with the gearing, so that might be a concern for this car, but I think we're going to be fine. I don't expect this car to hit the top of 5th in this track. Maybe it will, because I mean we're in 5th before we've been on the straightaway. I doubt it'll hit Governor, though. I hit Governor. This thing could probably use some longer gears, but we're coming into turn 1. Way too much understeer. Alright, coming into the chicanes now. A really high speed. I think this is actually faster than the GT1 was in these turns here. This thing is just not a joke. That is for sure. It is very fast. I think out of the two, the 787 that was a pretty bad cut there, but I didn't like spin out or understeer into the grass as I'm about to do here. Yeah, it looks like we're going to lap 3 out of this one too. A good practice though. That turn again has always been a bit of a problem for me. My biggest concern is wheel spin, but the GT1 still holds traction very well in second gear. This car, you can tell, is fighting a little bit. Alright, so for our lap where I had a bit of an understeer problem, it's at 103. So we're entering our second of 3 laps we're going to take now because of that. I just want 2 clean laps. If I can get 2 clean laps, that'll give me a good idea of what these cars are up to. I honestly could take these turns a little bit faster, but I don't want to chance it. You do a little bit of engine braking instead of using the actual foot brakes. A lot more understeer in that turn than in the GT1, but we managed to break out of it fine. Coming into the second, or the third to last turn. In the last turn, onto the back straight. I definitely don't think we're going to be able to take down the GT1, to be honest. I think this car is very close at a 1 minute 0.9. But we are not looking at a certified GT1 beater. I think that was just enough evidence. That was probably one of the fastest, like, the best choreographed laps I could have done in this car. We'll give this lap, though, a go. It looks like we're already going to be down, though. It looks like we're just going to be struggling here. I don't want to do any more than 4 laps, even though I did understeer into that first turn there. It seems to be my kind of luck. I need to start slowing down a little bit earlier into going into those turns, I believe. And this turn, too. It looks like the 787 is a lot more understeer. So maybe I'd have to do some tuning on that to kind of negate that. I don't remember being this bad, though, in my orange one. So I don't know exactly what's up with that, if they have like different suspension tunings or something like that. Lots of traction there. Lots of traction control biting with that turbo, forcing down the boost on this thing. Just for the heck of it, spray it. We'll see what happens. Hits limiter. So we go a 103 on that last lap. I think we've got a pretty good like idea of the fact that the GT1 is 2 seconds faster, which I didn't expect. I fully expected the GT1 to be kind of like a little bit closer to the 787B, but I did not expect the 787B to be like that, like 2 seconds slower. I expected it to be like right behind it, like a 59 or a 1 minute. Alright, so there we go. We have our shootout car picked out. We're going to be using the GT1 for the GTWC. So I think we're going to just kind of goof off for a little while, because I know this episode's kind of short. And we'll see what the GT1 is set up for. This car really... I want to see what this car does on the quarter mile, to be honest. So I think that's what we're going to do to kind of close this episode out. I know this episode's a little short, but I think to get ready for the insanity that's about to come from the GTWC, I want to have a good little, like, lighthearted episode before we get into the insanity that is that. So our record for our quarter mile is the RX-8 race car, which got a 9.7, and then the M3 and the M3 GTR right behind it. I don't know how the 6-cylinder beat the V8, but it did. So we'll see what the TSO20 does. Lots of wheel spin, but we got in there. A 9.5, not too bad. The idle, though, that was a good sounding idle, even by Gran Turismo 4 standard. So yeah, there we go, 9.5. It's 0.2 seconds faster than the RX-8. Goodness gracious, it's crazy playing this game and seeing 2021 on the year. This game is like, 2005, so it's kind of interesting to see, I wonder if Gran Turismo, if like Polyphony Digital is able to see this, like they'd be like, why is this man playing this game in 2021? We've released what, like 4 games since this came out, like 3 or 4 games now since this came out. I think 3, yeah, 5, no 4 actually, 5 Prologue, 5, 6, and then Sport. So yeah, I mean we're up to 4 games after this game came out. We're about to have a 5th one and 7 when that comes out. So I mean, it's wild, but. Anyway, I think that wraps up this episode of the Gran Turismo 4 Let's Play. Thank you guys again for tuning in and watching. We're getting ready to go into the GTWC, so expect the next 5 episodes. Episodes 10 through 14 will be maybe 10 through 15, I don't know exactly. Yeah, because this is episode 9, so 10 through 15 will be GTWC stuff. We'll see the GT1 in action, going head-to-head with everything. And we'll see exactly how this car compares to everything else. So yeah, hope you guys enjoyed. I will see you guys next time. Have a great day, guys.